And we are back, Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is Sage Babalola. I do have Fuhad Saheed with me on the phone line or via the phone line as we will be looking through, or should I say, be giving you an opportunity to talk about stories that you think are particular and of utmost importance to you. We call this segment of the show Open Mic. So basically, you have the opportunity, you have 2 minutes allotted to you to talk about whatever story, probably from the newspaper or information we're not privy to at this time, that you would like to bring to the front burner. So in case you did not follow us whilst we were going through the front pages of the papers, we would see that some of the stories that are prominent across all the papers has to do with the redesigned policy, or should I say the directive by the CBN to commercial banks to begin to distribute old Naira notes and allow it to run alongside the new Naira notes. Well, that directive by the CBN did not bring the kind of relief that a lot of us expected, as commercial banks are now calling or asking that the CBN supply the new Naira note to them, and some has even gone as far as accusing the CBN of somebody who pleaded anonymity to the paper says that the CBN might not be very enthusiastic about releasing the old Naira note because it fights against the progress they might have made to ensure that cashless policy is what our financial sector relies on. Also, inflation rate is at 21.9%, high food prices, high petroleum prices, and in fact the private sector is blaming the redesigned Naira policy as one of the biggest or primary reason why we are seeing the kind of inflation we're experiencing now. 21.19% or 91%, I beg your pardon, is the highest that we've seen in 18 years. So those are the two stories that really had a lot of conversations, or has been the most contentious matters as reported on the front pages of the papers. Before we open the phone line, let's hear what Fuhad has to say to us this morning. Fuhad, good morning to you once again.
Yes, Sage. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mine will be this latest figures on our daily consumption. 80 million liters.
Oh, yeah. That story was there.
That story is the most important for me. Really, honestly, it's a very, very disturbing story for me. But again, I don't think this government will be able to fix that issue. Unfortunately, before the presidential elections, when some of us were calling and demanding for issue-based conversation, a lot of people did not really listen to us. Now we have this issue to deal with, and I would say that we didn't really drill and get enough information from our presidential candidates. So if you ask me now, the only thing I can tell you is that Fuhad is saying that subsidy will have to go, whether people protest or not. But we never was able to really grill him and question him on what he was going to be doing with our refinery. On whether he as president would sit back and see Nigerians buy a liter of fuel for over 500 naira, 1,000 naira per liter, whether it would be comfortable as a president to see that happen. The reality is that subsidy has to go, but before it goes, we need to solve our local consumption problems, and how to do that is physically for us to fix our refinery before subsidy can go. That's one issue that we need to set the agenda about. We need to continue to talk about it because it affects all Nigerians. Diesel may not affect everybody. Kerosene may not affect everybody because people use a lot of people use gas now, but fuel affects everybody, petrol. So we need to talk about it. The other issue is this issue of cash being available to the banks. I think we need to appeal to the CBN governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele. So please, this last remaining days for him to remain as the CBN governor, should at least write his name in gold, get Nigeria back to normal, make the cash available to the bank, or print more notes so that we can have people return to their normal life. The pain is sad. It's really, really sad. The pain Nigerians are going through is needless. This policy has failed in the area of implementation. I think we have to just return to our normal lives as ruled by the Supreme Court. And then the other issues are elections, really, whether it's the best or not. I think that there are areas of improvement. We are hoping that INEC will have a better show this Saturday. Fix all their issues, IREV and whatever issue that was a problem the last time out. And so that we can move forward with whatever we're able to do. And for everybody that feels dissatisfied about the process, an election cycle is not complete until the court also have their say for anybody that feels dissatisfied about the process. And I think that we should that's what we should allow to endure. We should have a peaceful transition, move on as a country, develop one. God will eventually, it's a blessed nation already. We are going to be a great country against it. I believe that.
Well, thank you for the optimism this morning. That's it. That's Fuhad's perspective on the stories that really trended on the front pages of the paper. We do have the problem with the Naira scarcity despite the CBN's directive to banks. Fuel consumption is now 80 million daily based on the information that we have here. Inflation rate is 21.91% and the private sector is blaming the Naira policy as one of the leading causes of the kind of inflation we're experiencing at this time, which is the highest we've seen in 18 years. We also spoke about why Nigeria Air may not fly before May 29 because apparently we've not gone through all the processes and it might take longer than expected. And with regards to whether or not this election or the just concluded February 25 election was credible or not, or the best we've seen so far, well, there's still many questions surrounding that. Now let's open the phone lines, and please, before we do that, I want you to remember the rules of engagement. We do not allow certain words on the radio. Be circumspect in your choice of words. You do not get to insult the personality of anybody, regardless of how uncomfortable you are with their positions on the stories that have been read to you. Also, we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Mainland 98.3 FM, Mainland 98.3 FM on YouTube and Facebook. Go on there, take advantage of the chat option to drop your comments or how you feel about this matters. The phone line 0913 6000 410. If you want to send a WhatsApp message or a text message, 0913 6000 430. Let's take our first call for this morning. Hello.
Hello, Fuhad.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Fuhad.
Good morning.
You know, this is John from Ogba.
Welcome, John.
Fuhad, if you remember that immediately the CBN announcement, I said I did not get Uhuru. Did you remember?
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yes, I said it is not get Uhuru for us. That until the new Naira and the old one is made available to the public. That was what I said. And you can see that my position is confirmed now with what we are going through. As regards the subsidy removal, we have discussed it several times on this platform that let us see how our refinery will function. If our refinery is functioning, we will not be talking about landing cost. What is landing cost? Where will it land from? Is it going to land from the moon? Will you be importing? No matter what you do, if you are still importing fuel, like you said there for us, you will still have to contend with forex. What they say, as simple as that, whatever the dollar says in the international world or in the global market is what your importation will be subjected to. It could go to 2,000 naira as long as you are importing. But when you and come to think of it, one man out of 200 million Nigerians is successfully having the largest refinery in Nigeria. The largest refinery in Africa.
In Africa, actually, yeah.
And in Africa. And 200 million. Oh, that be quick or to fish at all. The thing we take doing here is different from our own.
Thank
but
you
we have
very
to look
much.
into that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. Hello.
Sage, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, sir, wherever you are.
Yeah. He's saying hello back.
Yeah, Peter Monster from Semedo.
Welcome. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, on the 18 million liter per day, what said something? He mentioned Angola and that they have 8 functioning refineries. I want to ask what into something, please. What is the population of Angola? And how do they run the government? Do they punish people when they steal government money there? Or they praise them? Do they investigate your means of livelihood? Or do they allow you to run amok, make money, kill people and make money? I want to find out that. Do you know that when we say this country is like it's too large, for few disgruntled, few corrupt people to it, people say, hey, China, the population of China, the population of Japan. Can we ask Japan and China, how do they run their government? Do they tolerate stealing of government money? The answer is no. See, the point for me remains that it's fair to say Nigeria will be great again. I started saying Nigeria will be great January 2012. That's when I started talking on the radio about governance. And up to today, instead of getting better, it's getting worse. Instead of getting better, it's getting worse. I want to summarize this way. My Bible is correct. The Bible says, let God be true. Let every man be a liar. And it says, righteousness exalts a nation, and feel it's a reproach. Since Nigerian people, especially politicians, have decided to live sinful life, stealing, robbing, stealing, manipulating elections, and we care for them, we say it's all well. If we continue like this, I'm telling you, that beautiful Nigeria we are talking about will never come, because unrighteousness can never exalt a nation. It's only righteousness. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day, sir. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning to you.
I'm calling you from Shomoli.
Collins, is that what you said?
Yes, from Shomoli.
Yes. Collins, I would appreciate if you speak up a little bit so we can understand each other.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's perfect. Go ahead.
For me, the last election was the worst of all. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you. Go on.
Yeah, it was the worst of all the election. After giving a man 300 and something billion to conduct election, something you do once in 4 years, just use your device, conduct and then upload. You are unable to do it. And then you need to be speaking with the truth in this country. That's one of the problems we have in this country. You just have to speak the truth at all time, whether you are being accepted or not. But I like one thing about the election. The youth have shown tribalism in this case. You can see the youth protesting in Ekiti State. The adults, they are still with that tribalism, is still in them. But the youth have shown it and they have moved on. And the youth of this country will change this country, whether we like it or not. Because they have gone far. You can see in England an Indian person ruling them. If you bring the best person from India in this country, I will vote for that person. I just want the country to be okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Collins. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, I'm Israel calling from Ojodo.
All right, welcome, Israel. Go ahead.
The election so far has not been concluded. I wonder why Fuhad will be saying it's the fairest or the finest election so far conducted in Nigeria as far as that is concerned.
No, he did say that the court has to have a say before the electoral cycle is complete. He said
to him it's the best.
Yeah, but he also said that the court has to have a say before the electoral cycle is complete. That's what he said.
You see, every man is entitled to his own opinion.
Yes, so quote him correctly.
So when it's on air, you know, when the issues are brought to public like this, one has to be very, very careful. How is it the fairest? Where did he get those conclusions from? Good morning.
Morning to you. Please, if you're going to reference what anybody has said, be sure to quote them correctly. Yes, he did say that in his opinion, this is the fairest election, but he also said that the court has to have a say before the electoral cycle is complete. So let's not take out parts of a person's statement and try to use it to support our own perspective. I'd really appreciate that. Let's go back to phone calls. Hello, morning to you. Yes.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, Victor calling from Ikeja.
Welcome, Victor. Victor is quite loud.
Yeah. Okay, it's all right. I want to contribute. On my concern is on the issue of the last election and the position of my brother there, Mr. Fuhad. Is the person I love so much. I don't know why, but if we have half of somebody like that as in our population in Nigeria here, and Nigeria will be better country. Nigeria will be the best country if we have half of him, somebody that is like him. I've listened to him for a very long time before I started calling. But this morning, I am taking a different position on the issue he took regarding the last election. I'm surprised why he said what he said. I must confess. What happened in the last election was not an election at all. It was a sham. There was a lot of contradiction. There was a lot of things that happened that disqualified that election to be referred to as election. You understand? Even the money allocated for that election, like when he tried to compare it with the election of 1999, it was a surprise to me because a lot of money was budgeted for this election. Like for the technological aspect of it alone, 11 billion was budgeted for, not for the entire election. Such money was not budgeted for the election of 1999. And is there anything that happened in this election as a fraud that happened in 1999 that did not take place in this election? No, none. There was also a report of thugs coming to the polling station where people are casting their votes, making away with the materials, and sometimes they would scatter everything in the presence of police. And nothing will happen.
Thank you so much.
Today. So it was not election at all. You shouldn't have said what you said, but he's entitled to his opinion.
Yes, he is, and so are you. Thank you. 2 minutes is the time allotted to you. Thank you so much. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Okangolina.
All right.
I'm calling you from Mafaluku.
Welcome. Go ahead.
The Fuhad is talking about the last election that is at the best. I don't know where he's coming from, but I'm telling you that it was not the best. An election that was deliberately, there was senatorial and house of reps, and there was a presidential. Deliberately, they refused to upload the presidential. Deliberately, it's the same time with all the whole thing was voted. So how come you could not upload the one of presidential? And God will tell us that it was free and fair. How? I think they manipulated it. They didn't want the presidential to go up there so that we will not see it. So enable them to determine, for us, the feeling we have now is that the result was predetermined. That's why they did all those money. And why should not tell us that, please?
Allegedly.
And number two, yes. They said they have given 100 million to Akere people that the fire got burnt there. Now, what is the preliminary investigation saying?
They're still looking for the arsonist.
People came there to burn that place, and they even shot and killed somebody. Have they made the investigation?
Yes.
They don't go and give them money.
No.
My sisters, I'm telling you, yes.
The police is investigating. They told us that right from the beginning, and they suspect it's an arsonist. Investigations are ongoing as we speak.
We want to know what really happened. It's not just giving people money like that. My sisters, I'm telling you, you will not hear anything about that matter again. I think election will come on Saturday and go. Nobody, you will not hear anything again. We want to know what happened. Why they will go and burn that market? And you carry 100 million and give them. And another thing I saw here is that Okada riders are now everywhere because election is coming. You see, this is the way we run the politics here. I wish him luck. I wish Apple luck.
Okangolina, thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Please the volume on your radio. Hello.
I've done that.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep calling from Aja.
Chooks, all right, welcome.
I just want Fuhad to enlighten us a little on 3 short main issues. One, the bandwagon is red. Having concluded the presidential election, don't you think that a lot of states now want to align in the center as it used to be? Secondly, the issue of Delta State. Most governors, after they have finished their 8 years or 4 years, as the case may be, they go to Senate. Sometimes people say for retirement. But soon I don't know what he is continuing. He is occupying an inverted position at the Apex House. Even as the second, as the deputy Senate president. And he is coming back again to vie for governorship. It's the other way around. I don't know the effect or the profit that we want to bring to the people of Delta State. Finally, in Adamawa State, the only woman that people are waiting for, is it because of the gender issue? Because the way she was able to print that ticket, irrespective of, in spite of many regarding when he was the USCC chairman, he was everybody's darling.
Thank you.
Has he got that, to portray
Thank you
over
very much.
that man?
Thank you, Jukes.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's just 2 minutes. Please, I implore you to work with the 2 minutes that you have. It's 9 a.m. and I think that we can check the WhatsApp platform so that everybody gets an equal opportunity to contribute. So we would be suspending the phone calls for a few minutes whilst I look through the messages that we have on WhatsApp. So we have, I don't think this is ours. I beg your pardon. Okay. Awolo Christopher from Shogunle says, my take is on the Nigeria police force. Please probe why the military and the DSS were removed from the contributory pension scheme and not the police. Most police retirees regret joining the force because of abysmal and degrading pension benefits. It is at the heart of police welfare. Without removing the force from the obnoxious scheme that seems to have put most of the retirees on death row, Nigerians can never get the best from the police. Widespread corruption is encouraged. I think Fuhad spoke about this very briefly. The police reform, the welfareism, and what have you. Thank you so much, Christopher. Good morning. The target of manipulating the presidential election has been achieved. Hence, the NBA chairman said it is the best. INEC will do the right thing on Saturday to prove that there were glitches. Samson Ochonogo sent this particular message. Let's check other ones on here. Good morning, Mainland crew. It is not about donations of money and rebuilding of our carry motor parts market. Those who committed the act should be arrested and taken to court. As for the governor of Lagos State donating 100 million to the traders, it simply means the fear of the Labour Party is the beginning of eye service. Jacob, cool, okay. That is your perspective. We respect it. Good morning, Sage and Fuhad. Why is Fuhad holding brief for INEC and making a contradictory statement in respect of parties who are aggrieved on the outcome of the election? You're not supposed to make that kind of statement. INEC and the litigants know exactly the limits on inspection of electoral materials. Kenneth from Shomolu. Okay. We have another message here. Rahim from Agege says that, good morning, Mainland. This election is one of the worst ever in this country. Thank you, Rahim. That is your opinion. Postponement of the census is understandable, but why the exact date in the month of May they did not mention is another thing and confusing. And an INEC, commencement of distribution of sensitive materials. The parties should put their legs on the ground and watch whatever the commission is doing closely, because for someone like me, I have lost confidence. Chika Bende from Trade Fair in Lagos. Good morning, I'm Joshua from Oregon. Concerning the 25th February election, if you want to determine the success of the election, some certain factors should be considered. How much was awarded for this election? Governors lost because the right thing was done, but presidential, it is a deliberate act from INEC. All right, thank you, Joshua, for your perspective. I'll take 2 more messages and then I'll double back to the phone lines. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. Why are you sending the messages multiple times? I saw it the first time. Please don't do that. Fan from Okota says, I wonder how anybody will call this presidential election the best since 1999. Since 1999, did INEC follow the guidelines or how the result is being done? But for this 2023 election, INEC completely disregarded their own guideline and refused to uphold the result real time from polling units. That is not a very good thing for INEC to do with over 300 billion spent. How much have Nigerians spent in the election before? Okay, one more, we go back to phones. Postponement of the census is understandable, but why the... Okay, I don't understand why you send multiple messages. Just send your message once. I'll definitely get to it, all right? Please don't clog the lines. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning.
My name is Sonny. I'm calling from...
All right, welcome, see.
Yes, we Nigerians, whenever something did not favor us, we like to give it bad name and condemn it. So as they say, if you want to say, they will just give it bad name and hand it up. I can tell you, say, history will remember this election as the most free election in the history of Nigeria. And I can stand to correct it by anywhere I can brag to say it. If this election can take place 100 times, the result will not change. FPC will be one, PDP will be second, and Labour Party will be third. Nothing can change. Maybe we will see more what happened out, but the result cannot change. If you look at the result very carefully, how some big business work in their polling units, work in their state, across the country, you will see a Labour Party that just come up last 8 months to win the election in Plateau, in Nasarawa, in Abuja, in Lagos CSM. and somebody will be saying that election is not when are we going to accept the thing? You know, candidate make election, we accept it and look forward. Look why we made our mistake and correct the mistake so that we can able to win the election in the next election. I'm telling you, this election, no matter how you try to condemn it, it's going ahead to be the most free and fairest election ever in the history of Nigeria. I can tell you that because it never happened like that, where you see three parties almost share the country. Both of them get president. It did never happen before. Before this election in 2003 and 2007, we used to get out more than 30 million.
Thank
30 million. When Canada come in 2015, the voter out did not even pass 35 million. And now with this,
thank you.
We will get the number of people. So what are we talking about?
Thank you very much.
If you are candidate, that does not mean that the election is just everybody, we cannot.
Thank you very much. Please, 2 minutes, all right? I really want you to round off in 2 minutes. Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Mr. Babalola.
It's okay.
What about it for Juma?
It's okay. Good morning.
Fuhad, what to you?
He's with you. Good morning.
Okay. My name is Prince Wyatt, calling you from Amuwodofi.
You're welcome.
You see, we look this election differently. And for me, you can say it's 1999, which is the serious election. I will say this very one is the serious. Why am I saying so? If a candidate was in a state and he won another state, and in fact, a lot of governors want to go to Senate, they lost their election. If somebody wants to reach election, supposed to reach for himself. But you see, how many of them, more than 6 or 7 of them, who lost election to the national, to go to Senate. And when you see the election of some people say, both of them win 12 states, no. They may live in 12 states. But if once you score 25% in every state, you have already won that state. And the winner won 30 states. Second by the top 21 states. The third guy won 16 states. So for me, this election for me is okay. Only the mistake we will do by INEC is not to just upload the results. But your agent is having the results at hand. That's why some people say you don't want violence, you should go to court. When you go to court, you don't explain yourself. Call your agent, let them bring their own results. That's it. And finally, I want to commend the Lagos State governor. A friend in need, the damage that has been done at the Akiri market. But if man call for their support to donate 100 million, I think it's a succor for those who lost their property. I still want many people to go to these people and assist them.
Thank you.
We should be brothers keeper.
Thank
so
you,
I thank God for everything, my dear. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for calling. Hello.
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 Hello. So good morning.
Good morning to you. It's quite loud. Do you mind getting a calmer environment?
Okay. Well, I'm not. There's no noise. You go from your end.
There's a lot of noise in the background, like plates are falling everywhere or something. Okay.
What? I'll change position.
All right.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, this is better. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name, please.
My name is Timothy, calling you from Ojo.
All right. Welcome.
You know, my Bible that I study tells me that good leaders, when there are good leaders, the people rejoice. When we have bad leaders, the people suffer. And also the word of God tells me that everything you do, everything you sow, you must repeat. You know, one thing that is paining me is this, that we are nations, we are people that need the best from our country, but we don't know how to say the best. We don't know how to elect the best. Understand me? What Mr. Fuhad just said this morning, I'm wondering that he's telling me that this is the best election so far. How can you say it's the best election when the process involved is nothing to write home about? That INEC set their guidelines and none of the guidelines were followed. Are you telling me that is the best election? And even the president-elect, he said that he doesn't know whether he's going to remove subsidy. Has he for once allowed himself to be interrogated by the civil society or any media? No, nobody asked the question. You see, we are the kind of people, I don't know the kind of people we are, but we pretend a lot, and we need the best from the government. The process of this election is nothing to write home about, because everybody sees it is the worst election so far. I may refuse to upload their result. Why? Because they may have something. The presidential and the national and the House of Rep election result was uploaded, but the presidential was denied because they don't want us to see the figures. Even now, MA is still uploading, and the result they are uploading is different from the one they have released, they have declared. Are you with me? And somebody is coming out to tell me that it is the best election. On what process? What makes it credible? You know, any of the process that MA said has not been followed.
Thank you.
See, I'm not really the kind of person we are. I'm disappointed in Fuhad this morning.
Thank you so very much. Hello.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Franklin calling from Okota.
All right.
For me, this election, nobody, whether you do that clear win or Tinubu, I will not accept this election as credible because of one thing. I may put up a guideline that the result of presidential election and senatorial election and House of Assembly will be uploaded in real time from polling units. That of Senate and House of Reps were uploaded, and we saw a lot of surprises. Yes, senators, governors losing their position, losing their bid. Why then did INEC refuse to upload that of president? That even after 5 days of the election, 70% of that result, certain results, we are not yet able to upload on that their server. After 5 days, 70% of the result. Even as I'm talking to you, I don't think that it has been uploaded 100%. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. The election is so fraud. Fraud. Whether anybody like the name is declare winner. For me, I don't think.
All right. Thank you for calling. Thank you so much. Hello. Please, the volume on your radio. Hello.
Hello, good morning. My name is Paul from Egbeda.
Welcome.
Yeah, Fuhad has been one of the brightest and good journalists we have in the recent time, but I was shocked to my marrows this morning. I never expected that he will come out to say what he said. And this is somebody that has been, crusading for a better Nigeria, a better nation in terms of elections and the security. Coming for Fuhad to open his mouth and say that this is the finest election we have had. Then what happened to June 12th? What happened to June 12th? How much did the military spend to conduct June 12th election? That all over the world was judged the most credible election in Nigeria. What happened to it? INEC received 300 and something billion naira while the electorals was on strike for eight months. Billions were released to INEC for 4 years to conduct a credible, fair election. And at that day, I trekked from Apata because I couldn't make it home on Friday. I trekked from Apata to Egbeda to vote. Look at how many kilometers. At the end of the day, the election that we were promised that would be uploaded was not uploaded. And then Senate and House were uploaded. That was why you saw those surprises. If the presidential election result was uploaded as INEC promised, that would have been a big surprise, a landslide surprise. How about the key person of the election result that INEC was declaring? What happened? How do you TPS it? If a result sheet is TPS, do you know that it will be questioned in school if you TPS a result sheet? So what is Fuhad saying? How can you say this is the fairest and credible election? Where? How?
Thank you.
When the entire world has condemned it.
Thank you.
This is unfortunate. I hope somebody is not bought over.
Thank you. That is a wild accusation, and it is very mild. Is inappropriate. I was going to say mildly inappropriate, but there's nothing mild about the inappropriateness of that. Let's just calm down. Because a person doesn't agree with you does not necessarily mean that you're wrong as well. He did give reasons. He spoke about incumbents, losing their position, losing in the Senate. He gave his reason. That is his opinion. You can give yours without necessarily critiquing his personality. You can disagree with his perspective without critiquing his personality or making baseless accusations, I could add, about certain individuals being bought over. This is an idea that we will not allow to fly on radio. So please, if you do not agree with Fuad's perspective, all power to you. Do not critique his personality. Talk about his perspective and juxtapose it with yours. That's okay. Please refrain from that. It's getting too intense, and it really shouldn't. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Listen to me.
I'm with you.
From Idimu. Don't allow these guys to walk you up.
I'm not worked up. It will take a lot more than
they
that.
are emotionally imbalanced because of the result. Like you see, look, say it. Somebody who never Obi just came up, and there's a report out there that he was not even a qualified member to run for the Labour Party ticket. One frontline Lagos lawyer had made that release last week that Obi did not spend 2 months in Labour, so he was not qualified to be a Labour candidate. Now that's aside. Look, so the point is Obi, like former General Babanja said, Obi is a local tribal warlord. He came to Lagos and was jumping from Igbo market to one Igbo market to another. And he was jumping from church to church. Look, I'm just making a point. The idea of them coming after Fuad this morning is unnecessary. It's emotionally unnecessary. You see, what came out of this result of the election for Lagos 3-4 for Obi, because they use ethno-religious propaganda, and even the president lost Katsina. So look at Plateau. So their game was for Obi to imagine. Obi cannot imagine in a federally constituted place like Nigeria. He cannot. It's a local Igbo leader.
Yeah, those are also accusations. Let's relax. Yeah, a lot of accusations come out. Oh, he was using the tribal card, but then that is how politics is. Accusations will come up. People would analyze the way they want to analyze. Listen, I'm not trying to discredit anybody's perspective. If you think that Fuad's perspective does not align with yours, all power to you. Like I said before, I get that we're very emotional, but then unfortunately facts do not care about our emotions. The strength of your emotion might not correlate with the strength of your argument. So please, let's bear this in mind whilst we're speaking. No Fawaz's attack would be allowed, or Fuad, I beg your pardon, would be allowed on the radio. Say your piece and let's continue with this conversation. All right, for now we'll suspend phone calls and get to WhatsApp messages. So you might send your WhatsApp messages to 0913 6000 430. Phone line 0913 6000 410. Please stop calling the WhatsApp number. We are also streaming live Facebook, YouTube, Mainland 98.3 FM. Go on there and you can also drop your contribution. So let me take the WhatsApp messages that we have gotten so far. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. Godwin from Ilasa. Enough of status quo. It's the lyrical phrase in a song you just played. The truth remains that until we either covertly or overtly change these politicians who have been holding us on the jugular, we will keep rigmarole rolling. Look at the indices we're seeing today. 21% inflation, millions of liters of fuel, which is claimed to be subsidized, the cash dribbling between the CBN, Malami, and the president. It's quite sad that this is happening in a nation which once exported human resources to countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Malawi, Mauritius, etc. A country that almost single-handedly stopped appetite in South Africa. We will get it right one day. Thank you very much for your message. Let's see the ones we have here. Good morning. Says the last presidential election is the worst of all. The only free and fair poll we had in this country was that of June 12, 1993. INEC will not be able to redeem its image and sustain the trust of Nigerians again. On PDP, the withdrawal of the case from the court only signifies that PDP is greatly weakened, and their chances in the governorship election have been weakened as well. Damilola from Alaba, thank you very much for your message. Good morning, Mainland crew. It's this is quite lengthy, but then I am personally speechless at the way some individuals in the name of this movement want to turn this country upside down. It is obvious people just make bandwagon effect comment without any proof to substantiate it. Anyways, as far as I'm concerned, I stand with Fuhad. This election is the best since the advent of democracy in Nigeria. Ola from Surulere. Ashino Ayomi Piccolo from Ojota says, good morning, Sage and Otumba Fuhad. Please permit me to say this. The best part I love listening to in Trends in the Paper is just the review, which was always on point and judicious. I'm beginning to think I should stop listening to the calls from people. Fuhad has people have Fuhad's opinion twisted. So far, the people condemning Fuhad happen to be from a certain place. You guys are doing well. Okay, let's not do that. But thank you very much. We appreciate you. Good morning. I think Fuhad gave his perspective as to why he said the election was the best we had. He mentioned beavers, which has reduced the unimaginable numbers we always get from the north. Both National Assembly and presidential results were not uploaded. Governors lost bid to the Senate. Some particular candidate supporters should learn not to talk down on people who do not have the same view as theirs. Fuhad has always been consistent. Joseph from Ogba sent that particular message. So let's go back to taking phone calls now. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning, Madam Sage and my dear friend Fuhad.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Barrister Peter Oku. I'm calling from Mainland.
Thank you.
Yes. Madam Sage, what is uppermost in your mind today is this flagrant violation of the human rights, fundamental human rights, and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by this current administration. It is more important than the current election or the election that is being conducted. Because if you don't know where you are coming from, you will not know where you are going. If we don't address what Nigerians have suffered under this administration, and unfortunately, we will end up with the same APC administration. Unfortunately, if we don't address it, we are not going anywhere, because as things stand now, Nigeria is bankrupt, completely bankrupt. We cannot use 82% of our foreign exchange to service foreign debt. 82%. So what we left for the new administration to work with? 82% to service debt left by this administration, which they are not accounting for. You know, and look at what Nigerians are going through now with this currency policy. You know, we don't deserve what Nigerians are going through. They have turned us into slaves in our own country, and they must be held accountable. My suggestion is that when Buhari leaves office in May, every principal officer of this administration, they should seize their passport so they don't go anywhere. They should be held accountable for what they are making Nigerians to suffer. Let me end it there. God bless you and everybody else.
Thank you so very much for your call. Hello, good morning to you. Hello. Okay, let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, turn on the volume on your radio, please.
Yes, I've done that.
All right, thank you.
Yes, I want to make a comment about one of your callers. He said Obi is a local contestant.
I corrected that immediately. I said that
it's just from one place to another. What about the current governor? Is he not going to church? Is he not going to our ice cream office? See, me, I'm not a politician. But the only thing I'm talking about, this APC and PDP, we are tired of them. They are not helping the matters. Because we vote out PDP because of APC. Now we trusted APC. APC did not make us proud. See what we are facing. You know, a lot of people have died because of this current situation, and somebody now telling me we should continue suffer. We should continue suffering. See,
this current government in Lagos State, we are in back. But you don't do the right thing. See the way Agbero boys do rough thing in Lagos, especially last month. You don't commit. Last month will just arrest you because you park and ease yourself. So what are we talking about? Is this the Lagos we met? When somebody are talking about credible election, the election is credible in some area, but it's not credible in some area. See what they do in Mafoluku, in Oshodi. See what they do in Surulere. The ballot box were snatched and burned. So somebody will now come to radio station and say the election is the best, this and that. I mean, I don't support that because some people do what is wrong in the election time. So what are we talking about? I would say this in this session that the election is good in some area and it's not good in some area. We should adjust. INEC should adjust. The BVAT that they say that they want to go and configure. Should we have configured it? Let us see what is going to happen on Saturday. Maybe there will be a mago or not.
Thank you.
The police, thank you. Good morning.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Good morning. Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
My name is Stephanie.
Welcome.
I'm calling for my papa.
All right. It's nice to have you.
Yeah, said this election wasn't a credible one because in my own local government, LP, their logo was not on the back.
It was not what? Hello? Oh. Please try to make it back if you can. 0913 410 is the phone line. WhatsApp is 0913 430. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I'm with you. Go
Mine
ahead.
is the best election so far. The 36 state governors, 20 governors say we should appreciate the election we have. You cannot condemn Fuhad. In the reality, look at it, it's like David killing Goliath. Unexpected people emerged in this election. I can see that even those in the government knew that the power resides with the people. Yes, the election might not be perfect, but substantially they will be able to at least make take up to the standard. We know there are logistic problems. And the issue, the process that people are condemning, which is the issue of IREF, the transferring of the result, is not a must. It's at the discretion of the INEC. It's not under the INEC constitution or Nigerian constitution that you don't have to transfer electronically instantly. Now you can access the result. If you have any doubt or any disagreement with the result on IREF now, you can go and you can lodge your complaint.
Thank you.
Oh, that's by the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Well, it might not state explicitly that it is a must INEC, uploads the results full time, but then the Electoral Act does, provide that INEC can choose what method they want to use. And since they decided to choose to upload real time, you can understand why people would expect that they stick to the choice that they have made. So yes, the law can be interpreted in many ways, but then there's just some that are quite logical, and you would expect that they would follow their own guidelines. That's the perspective of other people on that. So we cannot take any more phone calls, unfortunately. I will take one. What's supporters, and they see how they attack each other. Parents need to be very careful. Sanwo-Olu gives money to the bond market. How far will the money go? How much did he give past the bond market in Lagos during his tenure? The government are confused and they cannot give what they don't have. President-elect should know how to deal with this present government issues with diligent and democratic process. God put our leaders in the right path. Thank you very much. That's it for Mainland Focus for this morning. Thank you so much for your participation. There's quite a number of WhatsApp messages on here, but I might not be able to take them. Tomorrow, of course, the conversation will certainly continue. My name is Sage Babalola. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Politics often determine how much of our desired society we experience. Identifying the challenges and providing the situation room. From every corner of the world, we analyze politics, policies, and operations. Right your comfort zone.
New twists, new hands and legs coming into this. Talk to us about how failure of intelligence had brought us to where we are right now with this whole agitation.
You cannot cannot successfully defend a nation without relevant or appropriate intelligence.
In 2015, unemployment and unemployment was